Hello, folks. Today is January 2nd. Happy New Year to everyone. Just to kind of get started with our new year, just wanted to wish everyone a happy New Year 2021. And we hope for the best. And let's hope that we put COVID-19 behind in 2021 at some point in our journey. So let's go ahead and get started here. What we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and first do a premium selling recap of what we did in 2020, what we have learned out of it, and at least go over what our ROI was and with what risk level we've taken, and then what to expect in 2021 and beyond. We'll go over that as well. Okay. So to go ahead and get started, uh, I'm going to go ahead and first start with our Profit Makers template that we normally have. So let's go there. And let's bring that up real quick here. Can everyone hear me well? Yes, no?
Yes, man.
Okay, good.
Is someone typing Morse code?
It felt like it, right?
Putting in orders for Bitcoin.
Okay. So 2020 is my screen up here. Let's share screen. Share screen, share, okay. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is our Profit Makers template that we started sharing sometime in May of this year. So we have our results pretty much over time. So you can see how our results look like from May all the way through December. So this is pretty much our growth in profits over time. So just very clear, open disclosure. Every trade here can be audited back to our trading account. And fortunate enough, these are pretty low risk strategies. So we've done pretty well thanks to the bullishness of the market that helped us achieve those gains. Our lessons learned out of 2020 was not to fight the market. Okay, definitely not to fight the market. The other lesson we learned is, and it's more of a watching game. I feel like just watching out to see what Robinhood traders are up to in the market. So we definitely did that, and I think just making sure that you manage your portfolio well with right hedges and have a right balance on your portfolio management. So those are key learnings for most members. Is there anyone that wants to share their learning experience from 2020? Anyone? Vishal?
So the only thing I would say, Mit, is uh, I have been fortunate to combine the premium selling with, the call verticals that we spoke about, right? I mean, that is giving much better, returns in comparison to just selling the premiums over here. So, but
Yeah.
that's more like an, advanced strategy. So,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if everyone would follow over here, but yeah, that's my only key learning for 2020.
Nice, nice. It helped you through the bullish cycle, I guess. So that's
Yes, yes.
nice. Anyone else? Feel free to open up and share, anything positive, negative, whatever you feel like, things that you felt that, you know, you went through. Anyone? No?
Yeah, it was my first year doing premium selling. So I think
Okay.
it's a great income model. So it was a good learning for me. I think Mitt, you mentioned this in the past as well, that one can actually build a portfolio of premium selling to knock off your monthly EMIs and payments. So I think it's pretty useful from that point of view.
Okay. Nice, nice. Vernon just put a, yep, same message. You kind of got into the option space, right, Vernon? Right. Yep.
Yep. This is my first year going at that, and I've been like playing with stocks since like 2016. But yeah, I really missed out on gains just trying to hold stock instead of trying options.
Yep. Nice, nice. And then at this point, I was I'm gonna share the fact that annually I was slightly short of 40%. I landed around 37% annualized. Anyone else wants to share their returns on their core trades? Or there any strategy that they were following?
I mean, Mitt, I can share, but I hope I don't jinx myself.
It's okay, man.
Yeah, so for 2020, I was like 21.5% up.
Okay,
Yeah, I
nice.
mean, I'm not going into the portfolio size and the returns, but was one of the best years in the last 20 for me.
Okay, not bad. That's good. That's good. Anyone else? Good. Anyone lost money? Net?
That person must be really bad if he lost money in 2020. Come on.
Well,
No.
I was close. I was actually when I entered in, unfortunately, I didn't make gains like everyone else, and I was down 15K. And I made that was early on, probably about March or so, and then I made some couple of good moves, made some bad moves, and then just coupled with the premium selling that happened around May or June, I think I started.
Okay.
And since then, that portfolio has gained about 20%. So that's nice. But overall, I think I just entered the black for the year. So.
No, not a problem. This is good.
However, I will say that I actually could have made double the profits that I had in the time, which could have been more towards that 40%, except that I made some fat finger mistakes, and I accidentally made the dumb move of after getting assigned with Micron, I sold it immediately. If I held on to that, that could have been a $2,500 gain just on that in 2 weeks. So yeah, just fat finger mistakes and just over anticipating, I guess, over trading.
Okay. No, that's pretty fair. And I'll be frank with everyone. Everyone's been through that. It's not a bad thing. Definitely an experience to kind of get out of, right? Or experience through, right? So definitely. Yep. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
this is
Mitt.
Nehal.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go
Uh,
ahead, Vaibhav.
yeah, so I made around 38.9% profit last year.
Nice.
And I also started trading in Indian options trading, so I can't hold the temptation. I made, I didn't calculate the profit, but all the three trades, I just started in the holidays. So all the three trades went positive. Yeah, but as you said, like I don't like the volume there, so not much options in Indian market, I believe. Yeah, but it's good.
They're not doing retail premium selling yet, right? They're just doing the buy calls and puts right now, right?
Right. And I don't like the way it traded. Like for every leg, I have to book separately. So that's a pain and really a painful factor in Indian trading.
So that's why Tom is making new headwinds there. So is eventually going to replicate the model here there. But I definitely don't like the market maker philosophy there. So it's going to be a tough play there because premium selling will not be open to a lot of individuals, in my opinion. They're going to keep it in the hands of very few powerful people. So here we have the opportunity to have that access here. So, and interesting enough, a lot of Indians. Last time I talked to Tom, a lot of folks from India have set up Tastyworks accounts to trade in the U.S. markets, the other way around. So, so
So
that
the
they get
basic trade
premiums.
account that they are providing in Indian market, can we do Indian shares or
No,
only for US, right?
only for U.S.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, like I'm not sure whether they will release it for the Bombay Stock Exchange and the products there, right? They'll keep it in the hands of very few powerful folks there, right? But the cool thing is, what I'm impressed with is premium selling has been opened up to Indian retailers for the US exchange, which means they can trade the US products in India and do premium selling. So by the time it gets it to retail, they will have mastered that skill set so they can jump right in. So definitely something that they will have at some point. So no, I'm pretty impressed with how this premium selling aspect is growing, in different areas at this point. Yeah. Yes, Neil, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to share that it was a great learning experience for me. It's my first time ever. I've never done any sort of trading, not even stocks. So pretty insightful and a lot of good learnings. I've made good profits, but I'm still inching away into the losses that I had in the year, just because it's a learning phase. But I'm positive about it that I'll be profitable in the end. So
Yep.
yep, it's a great strategy.
Nice. I think that's fair.
I'm still not into selling as I should be, and I guess I have so much on my plate. We'll see how 2021 gonna go. But
Nice.
I'm still have a lot of my portfolio in long-term investment, which I should have converted more into realized gains, which are not yet. They're all unrealized gains.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I'm still learning every
No,
day.
no worries. Yeah, everyone can stay where they're at. Know what the comfort zone is, right? There's no pressure. I just can't wait for the market to crash for some people to.
I know. I know you betting so many times. Since I've been with you for 2-3 months, I'm hearing that.
I just
Let's
can't
see.
wait.
Let's see if we're gonna wait for till next December and what happens then.
Mit, my vote is with you. I want the market crash.
Yeah, you see,
I had
the
to
game
wait 8 years for the market crash. So
the game here is not to trade towards the market crash, is to anticipate it and then be a reactive person to it, right? Go in and benefit out of it rather than bet that it's going to go down, right? That's the best way to play it, and hedge your way along the journey so that you're still monetizing while that hasn't happened yet, right? So but ideally the desire is for the market to go down, kind of thing. Yep.
And Mit, I would like to share. I think we connected this year March mid. We got to know connected this year in March. So it has been great to share the journey with you this year. So I appreciate all the camaraderie,
Yeah.
all the fountaining of knowledge from you.
Yeah. And let's
And
put it this way, this would be a closed box if March didn't happen, right? So
yeah,
March happened, gave us more confidence, right?
yeah,
Because the only other time a big crash like this happened was in 2009, 2008 timeframe, and we didn't get to physically experience it. And we got to physically experience it in this crash, and that gave the more confidence to have this program even existing and engage, right? My humble approach is that if you haven't experienced it, you can't really go out confidently, boast out or share the knowledge and wealth because it's not vetted yet, right? So you have to vet it out, make sure it makes sense. Everything will make sense theoretically, but until it doesn't practically make sense, you can't really say that it works, right? You have to experience the circuit breakers that were hitting in March time frame consistently. The market closes for a few hours, and it closes down eventually, and then reopens again, and then crashes again. Those experiences are priceless. Just being there to sit through that and experience it, and be able to engage in that type of experience is just an amazing opportunity for premium sellers, right? So that enables the confidence that if we can survive through that, then we definitely have something cool going on within our community. If
yeah.
not,
And it was great to know so many new people as well this year. So
yep,
that is a great part of the this year so far with this group is knowing different people who I think you and Pritesh are in my geographical area, but and Vishal is too. But I think other than that, I don't know if I don't even know where everybody else is. I think Snehal and Mandar is in California are in California. So
yeah,
it has been good to know people as well.
yep,
And hopefully it has been a good experience for everybody.
yep. And to add to that, Shri, is that I think we've ended the year strong with our community. We have in our community, we have built an environment where we get the true traders, the true folks that want to learn and to become smart investors, either long term or short term. That's the whole idea of our community, is those who really want to master the art of options trading, and not just buying them, but going beyond the buying side of the equation. So at least looking beyond that. And I'm just happy to say that we are now touching over 7 to 8 countries in members, right? We have members from Germany, we have members from New Zealand, from Australia, from UK, from Canada. We have one from Mexico. So just it's phenomenal that we have traders all across the globe in our profit makers community. And surprisingly, when I meet with them on Zoom here, right, on the Zoom, like, we just chat and then eventually engage, like, so where you at, like, and it's like, oh, I'm in Germany right now. I'm like, oh, I'm in Thailand right now. So it's very unique that we're interacting on a two-way channel on Zoom, and we're all over the place in the same small community here, which is pretty nice to be a part of. So what we see ourselves doing in 2021. Okay, so let me kind of chime in on that a little bit, right? After a lot of vetting out with members here, okay, we have decided that at this point, unless we get someone to give a strong opinion or the other, we're calling our premium community or Nexus community, whatever name you are familiar with, the Traders Guild. Okay, it's kind of like a community where, yeah, if you remember back in the I would say the Julius Caesar time and that era where there's a lot of folks kind of building their art in developing a skill, right? So guild pretty much is defined as, you know, building the art or the skill of a particular trade, right? And we want to you know, build that guild here in premium selling. That's what we're trying to do, build an army. And then it's like a medieval word, but we're trying to build an army of smart investors, smart traders. So we're slowly getting there. You know, we're happy that we've reached a certain milestone at end of 2020, and we look forward to at least expanding on our milestones in 2021. So that being said, our premium community is now being called the Traders Guild. And you know, y'all are, and so am I, a Traders Guild. We're pretty much the masonry uh, of trading, at least getting there and building that skills over time. And learning never ends, right? So there's always new things that I will learn, everyone in this community will learn, and we'll grow from that. So that's one area we ended with 2020 is deciding a name for our community. In Q1 of 2021, we're engaging with a brand agency who will build our first few logos and design for profit makers. So we're going hashtag real company. So I'm pretty proud of saying that we're going to be a real company soon. We've already engaged with a few, and we're going to have something in 2021. And we're also looking to have you know, at least profit makers I would say swag, like that guild feeling where you know that this is a community that you're part of. So definitely we're going to have some swag in 2021 around profit makers. And just going beyond that, right? uh, Focusing on the trading aspect of profit makers, I think we've taken big leaps over time. We started as a small group, we've expanded, and as we're expanding, what we're doing is we are vetting out folks, you know, in our community who truly want to learn the right way to trade options and build that strong community, right? So that being said, uh, you know, we take our membership very seriously. We're not just going to behave like other newsletter subscriptions because we don't have motive in the income we're earning. It's pretty much towards charity. So that being said, our strong focus is to have the right members, the engaged learners, and eventually grow by leaps and bounds here at Profit Makers, right? Everyone has to grow by leaps and bounds. Make sure that the trading profit is your primary revenue at some point in your career, in your lifetime, or in the retirement income environment, right? So that's where we want to take this. That's a big focus. And I wanted to at least share our Discord group in terms of the value creation that we have seen so far, right? In our Discord community is, over 2020, we had our guild mentors kind of build up. We have our channels where we communicate, and I, didn't have a chance to formally introduce you to our one of our newest partners. His name's Eric. He can't be here today, but definitely you'll enjoy his company. He comes from a strong investment banking background where he had exposure to a premium seller environment in the institutional space. I just want to be proud of what you all have done, where he found us, we didn't find him, right? He found us and he said, I want to help grow this. This is something he's even passionate about. And that being said, I feel like I'm just happy to say that to everyone that we are attracting folks that are even experienced in this environment. And that is something to be proud of, because we're just retailers, we're small folks, but seeing folks that have been in this space long enough being attracted to our community just gives us a good sense of feeling, right, that we're doing something right. That's why they want to be with us. So definitely that's something to be proud of. The A couple of folks that have inspired and kind of I've been proud of is definitely Shri. uh, you know, took call to action and started like building her framework and strategy. So she demonstrated it in her group. Varun has been doing an amazing job of kind of walking and talking through his trades. I admire the way he went ahead and you know uh, found a way to put some words around his trade. He likes to give some good thoughts behind the trades. Eric, who is also known as the Theta Gang, he originally had his community Theta Gang, and he has officially decided, because he sees the value in our community, to unconditionally merge his community with our community. So it's been a very privilege to have him here. um, Rising Star Trades, I have seen quite a bit of activity there where folks are kind of vetting out, discussing their trades, premium selling trades, even a mixed trade of buying premium and selling premium at the same time. It's amazing that what folks are doing there as well. So this is something definitely to be proud of. We're making good strides. I did not expect at all. I had zero expectations that we would even be at this level, right? If I go back 2 years and we tried, or we even attempted to put this together, it wouldn't even be digestible for anyone here. Nobody was able to digest what we do differently, right? And now everyone can digest what we do differently really fast. So I'm happy about that, at least. As we are going into 2021, we have created a trade repair channel. I think that's very critical for folks that are failing in their trade, to at least post on a trade repair channel, and at least maybe attempt to come on Zoom, or at least if it's something simple, we can post a adjustment strategy to help repair a trade. So we've created that as well, going into 2021. Um, I'd also say that Eric comes with a very smart talent of modifying a lot of things. And he's definitely done quite a bit of diligence of finding key players in the option space. So what he has done is helped us source some key option players that are driving markets out there through Twitter messages and through insightful insights, and even tracking their betting averages over time, how successful they are. And with that knowledge and space in the Wall Street, and a lot of bankers following these tweets, or being able to understand what their tweets mean, we immediately took that action and fed it through our community. So everyone gets those tweets live here without having to worry about going out and finding these folks on Twitter, right? The idea here we have is we want to have our own Bloomberg terminal within Profit Makers, and Discord will eventually be our Bloomberg terminal as a retail trader, right? Is getting all your insights immediately. Financial news is definitely, as you can see it, it's coming from First Squawk and Bloomberg, Walter Bloomberg. So this is pretty much your Bloomberg news channel on financials. Growth research, we're definitely following a guy called Puru Saxena, who's been a very smart options trader in this space. So he actually has a team of analysts that vet out different companies, and he posts his studies here, right? So with a link and all that. So definitely, you're welcome to review that. And I can't say much in detail about Octopus, but just think of this as one of a prominent traders that we pay for as a community, and we've paid quite a bit of fortune to get Octopus botted into our community. So the idea of Octopus is not to definitely trade Octopus, is to understand what direction this Octopus is trading, and understand what their thought process is, right? Octopus is a well-known trader out there who is serving several Wall Street analysts. So we have access to Octopus within our community in terms of getting feeds live from Octopus. These are trades not posted on Twitter, but in a private community where people pay thousands of dollars to get access on his trades. If I had to put a scale of betting average, I think he scales in the 80% betting average, which is pretty strong. And I feel that even though we have a better betting average, I think knowing or having insights to high betting average traders is definitely helpful for our community. So all this at your fingertips, right? Having access to this, right? We've been fortunate to do that. Stock bots, I did cover that a while ago, but pretty much, you can put in any ticker. You can see most of the members have started using the stock bot, where they can just put in the ticker and their name conventions you can use to kind of just at least quickly get you your quick chart, live chart here on the stock bot. So again, I want to thank Eric, for at least taking the effort to put all this together for us. And the transition from WhatsApp to this was pretty tough, but this is where we're demonstrating the value of having a Discord community rather than a WhatsApp community. We're able to get these new, better tools out to folks. We're able to modify information and get a little bit of insights beforehand, right? Live, pretty much. Uh, and then technical analysis is where a lot of the technical analysis will be posted. Um, and everything else is pretty self-explanatory. As we approach the tax season, you will definitely see me putting in some tax planning videos. and folks asking text questions. So we'll definitely cover that. But that's kind of where we position ourselves. And another commitment definitely want to make is, as we grow, I want to share more back tests and more insights on strategies going forward. So definitely we'll see ourselves doing that in 2021. So that's kind of I think where we stand today, and we will make huge strides as we go into 2021. Definitely huge strides. I keep repeating to everyone, if you're part of our community, the future is bright, and it's just unbelievable is all I can say. The opportunities we can be at, and it's my goal to definitely create residual income, and at least build that for everyone in this community as well, and make sure that we are on a path to success for that, and also be aware of the macro markets, because macro markets definitely give us enough insights to know when the ship is steering one way or the other, right? So definitely that helps us be smarter traders than just amateur traders out there. Yep. So that's kind of what I had to share with the community in terms of 2021. Any thoughts, anyone?
So, Mit, if we have some time towards the end, we had a trade to discuss and, kind of brainstorm on the DBX, which we had discussed, I think, a couple of months back. So
Yeah.
after you're done, we can bring that topic up.
Yeah, we can definitely get into the trade strategy. Anyone have any questions about 2021? Any thoughts, any expectations? If you do, feel free to go ahead and share, because we want to make sure that we want to keep everyone engaged and committed, and definitely deliver value to everyone, right? So,
I like the roadmap that you have laid out for us.
yeah.
Thank you.
And just so that I can share with everyone, this roadmap is very conservative. So, so it can only get better from here. Okay. Any questions? Any newbies that have questions that are here? Okay. Cool. Want to dive into trade strategy? Alrighty. I hope I didn't get everyone to go to sleep with this. Just pulling up the platform. Okay. Let's get started, Vishal. What was the strategy you were talking about?
So I think Shri had a question, right? Shri, if you want to share or talk.
Yeah, just speak out. Don't hesitate. Yeah.
Yeah, Mit, the question was about one of Vishal's strategy to buy the in the money call, longer term call, and
Yep.
then fund it with either start a sell put or a sell call with it, or at some point it might become a strangle. So we roll the strangles approximately quarterly to pay for that call, right?
Yep, that's one of the strategies. Yep.
Yeah, and
What
then
about it?
we had a trade. I followed you on the trade on the SBE switchback energies.
Oh, okay. I think that may have not fully followed that strategy, but let's
So
see.
I
Let's pull
did
that
take the
up.
same trade as you on SBE, and I also did another trade on DBX. So the goal for me was to have both SBE and DBX as long terms.
Okay.
So I don't mind holding them 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So it's definitely long term for me.
Yeah.
So the SBE, we went pretty deep in the money. I think it's a 17 and a half strike.
Yep.
And then DBX, I went slightly out the money for the first buy call, and I also went July. So let me paste it in the. So my question was just to kind of run through a couple of scenarios. So for example, SBE, I covered the sell call for almost, I did a sell call and sell put at the same time.
Okay.
And then I covered the sell call around around 80%, I think. I covered the sell put.
What was your strike expiry? What was your pretty much?
Let me see. I'm not connected to you on Zoom. Hang on, I'll post.
You can just read out the strikes. You don't have to be so I can share.
Okay, so the SBE, SBE was January 15, 40 put and 55 call.
Okay. I happen to do the 30 put and 55 call. I did it a little further out. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Same kind of trade, but yeah, go ahead.
And then I actually have covered both, but I still have the original hold, the December 17, 2021, 17.5 call. I still have it.
Yeah, I still have that too. Yep.
Yeah. So my goal was to kind of make this as mechanical as possible. So I wanted if Vishal can like share his thought process on, okay, does he do the strangle together or just he starts? I think if I remember correctly, he starts with a sell put or a sell call, and then when the situation is right, he adds the other one. So how, if we can do it at a certain in a certain mechanical way, I think we can take a lot more trades and monitor less.
Right, Sri. So, basically one thing to note over here is the longer dated call that you have, which is deep in the money, is always, the longer dated one, right? So over here, MIT is sharing the December one, right?
Yeah.
But the one that you did in the DBX is fairly, in July, right? July 2021 versus a year.
Yeah. I really don't mind owning DBX, and that's one of the reasons. Yeah, that's fairly close. Yeah.
Right. So, and if you are owning a deep in the money call, you're still paying a premium for the extra baggage with that call, right? I mean, and being a short, a short term, as in the next 6 months, you may not be able to monetize that, with the rolls, because again, it's a smaller cap stock and the liquidity is not there in the strikes, right? So as MIT has over here, right? I mean, it's like a year or two out. So that's why when I did it in Jan 23, and I had it as a vertical versus deep in the money, but so I used the poor man's covered call in a very liquid stock like Tesla. That's one of the classic examples I use, and I want people to trade a lot more at different strikes so that I don't pay a lot for the slippage, and that would allow me to do a couple of rolls before the expiry. But I wouldn't, copy that kind of a strategy for illiquid small cap stock like DBX. The way I like to do in DBX is I sold a put at 15 strike, and this is Jan 2023, and I did a call vertical 20 and 30. So buy at 20 and sell at 30 strike.
And so, you do call vertical and this, so you do the strangle pretty much in one shot Vishal?
So it's not a strangle, right? It's only a short put, as I told Mit in the starting of the call, right? I mean, this was the call vertical was funded by the short put. So essentially, I do not lose a single dollar till till a DBX falls below 15, and at that point I get assigned on that company. Or if it goes up, I make a dollar for a dollar till it reaches a 30.
Yeah. So, Shri, just to clarify, this is a separate trade strategy. Okay, let's kind of like a call vertical is a separate trade strategy from the strangle plus the deep in the money call, right? A call vertical is immediately doing it at the same expiry date as the long call, right? So, so different strategy. Like if you wanted my opinion on mechanical, right?
Yeah.
On this strategy, I personally, I'm not going to, based on my burnouts on mechanical trades, I won't do mechanical. But if you wanted to do mechanical, pure mechanical, I would always buy a deep in the money that is like 2 to 3 years out on your this the original strategy,
Right.
deep in the money long term. Okay, I would do that first, uh,
Okay.
and then the short strikes I will do it outside the expected moves,
Mm.
and then I would pick a quarter out. Okay, and
Okay.
then I will adjust those as it approaches the strike and roll them out in time and strike to make sure you cover not just the loss but even the premium you collected.
Okay. So actually, so the
That's the mechanical part of it, right?
right.
But if you're like, if you want to smartly trade it, is you're going to go back and revisit the technical analysis of it, revisit what the sentiment is and all that, and do the appropriate strategy at that time. But if you're just using mechanics, this is like pure mechanics.
Right. Yeah. So actually, the time period out to start with, it will help to have 1 or 2 years out minimum.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're rolling through at least 4 or 5 times.
correct.
Yeah.
You have to do at least like we try to find the furthest contract, but then if there is low liquidity on it, like go a little bit inner, like maybe at least a year out plus, and that's how I pick my strikes. And then in terms of deep in the money, if I have a very strong bullish bias, I will go 80 delta instead of going 90 delta. And if I'm very highly convicted on the trade, I may go closer to at the money so that I can make the gamma growth.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the decision points on which delta it is, because that definitely will vary depending on how bullish you are.
And that's why I don't want to make it more mechanical than now you'll probably be able to reassociate my messaging early on is first ticker symbol then strategy, right? So if I
Yeah.
was doing SBE, I went deeper in the money. I may end up going at the money, and folks will ask, oh wait, this doesn't align with the strategy you shared or Vishal shared, why did you do this instead? Because my assumption on that is different, right? That ticker symbol.
And like one more thing,
Yeah,
Shri,
you definitely have to be flexible with the ticker,
Yes.
with the ticker. Yeah.
and actually, when you say deeper in the money, like I would choose a strike at least half the stock up price. I mean something lower than half the current stock price when I start the trade.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm paying a lot in the premium, and as Mid said, right? I mean, at least a couple of years out. That way, it's not a big hit, and it doesn't expire very soon.
Right. So I see the DBX strike is January of I think it's 2022.
Yeah, no, this is 2020, I think, if
The
I'm 2023.
23, yeah, because 2 years out. 2 years out.
748 days. So
Yeah.
it's not upcoming year, it's the year after next year.
Okay. And then the call and the put strikes are actually 1 year out.
Yes. Why did
Okay.
I go 1 year out? Because that was probably the optimal premium I was getting
Right.
for this, right? So I
Mhm.
felt comfortable, and didn't want to manage this as much. That
Yeah.
was
And
the thought process.
yeah, and also, it's not a large cap, right? So if you
Yeah.
try to do a lot of roles, you would pay a lot in the slippage. So it makes sense to do it, like a year
Yeah.
apart.
In
Yeah.
a
So
small.
I don't have to come back and visit DBX that frequently, right? I just
Yeah.
have put it
Yeah.
in, call it a day. Yeah, I may come back maybe in 180 days, half, right? And just check in. Am I doing fine? Do I need to roll the call side? Is it breaching severely, right? Make those decisions accordingly, right? But even if it breaches 27, I will be happy because my deep in the money call will be having a strong delta at that time, and I will have a strong theta at that time on my premium selling call, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to
Absolutely.
have a strong theta in what you're selling, and you want to have a strong delta in what you're buying,
Yeah.
or you want to grow to a strong delta in whatever you're buying.
Yeah. So the time, I think the length of the time definitely plays a role.
Yep, yep. And you want to decay faster on the short on the short term positions, like 384 is still a leap, but you want them to decay as faster than the call option that you're buying. Yeah, yeah,
All right. I will keep at it, both of you, Vishal and Met.
yeah. And we may even spend a session talking about the call vertical debit spread along with the premium sell. That is another strategy out there that we can discuss about at another day in much detail, right? I think the call debit spread along with the premium sell has less maintenance than this one.
And the call debit spread, if I remember correctly, the call debit spread and the put sell were at the same expiration. Is that right?
You can have them at the same expiration, or you can opt to go ahead and do it at a different expiration. You see,
Okay.
you can mold it depending on your feeling on the trade, right? Like if you had a strategy where you felt comfortable with um, collecting premium faster on it, you want to sell the put sooner, and the call debit spread you're buying and selling premium, so there's really not much of a theta component that is serving you well in the short term, right?
Mm.
So you can have that longer term, and then sometimes you can just do it at the same time and just park it, right? And not even revisit it, so then you can do it at the same expiration date and just not come and revisit it. But then the more different times you select, you generate more strategies that way, right? You'll be like, oh yeah, I can do this now and now and now, and I'll collect 3 times, and then eventually when I reach my call debit spread, I will be fine, right?
Yeah.
Mix and match, it's like you got a cookie jar, you can mix and match everything.
Yeah. Take your pick.
Yeah, and all the picks are going to work amazingly. Just think the opportunities, right? Like if you're selling a put 90 days out, 180 days out, you're still going to be fine in your trade. It's not like you're doing a better job picking long dated expire versus a short dated, right? It's all about trade management at that point, right? Is
Yeah.
how often do you want to come and manage your position,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
All
but
right.
I expect in 2021, Shri, we're going to be sharing a bunch of these strategies. It's going to be no brainer. Like the way we did the Tesla strategy, we're going to do a bunch of those in 2021. And if we if the market serves us well, definitely a more bunch if the market drops, right? Because then your conviction goes higher that you have a dip giving you a better entry point,
Yeah.
right? That those dips are really good. You know, they make you feel more convicted because now you got a discount on top of a discount and plus a lower cost basis. So you're like, okay, you know what? I can just parking lot this. I don't care at this point what happens to the trade. Yeah.
Yep. Cannot be hurt with more discounts. Sale on top of sale is always welcome.
Yeah. Double couponing. Yeah.
Double couponing. There we go. There we go. Layering the coupons.
Stacking it. Yep.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's the idea. I you know, like your psychological conscious will feel good that you are doing this, right? It will make you feel nice that okay, you got a double coupon, right? So you got a bargain, and then you can now kind of put it in the parking lot. You're like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
It's
No need to overmanage and
yeah.
let it sit there and let the couponing work.
Now, am I going to go long on Tesla? No.
And some
So
people,
it's I'm definitely not bullish or bearish on Tesla yet, right? And do I feel like going bullish on Tesla next year if it stays at the levels it is at right now? No.
Hey, Amit, I mean, any opinion on trading SPX versus option on ES future? Any
Uh,
experience with that, and which is better over the other?
yeah, I prefer ES over
Okay.
SPX, but both of them are fine. The reason I prefer ES is because you can adjust off market hours. That's the only reason, and it's at the same what do you call scale as well. Anyway, right? The ES minis is pretty close to the SPX notional values. They're similar in nature.
Okay.
You're not being aggressive with ES versus SPX, um, but you can manage them really well. So.
Cool. Makes sense.
But speaking of Tesla, I was looking at January 15 strike price of 600, selling a put. What do
Yeah,
you think?
600. You say?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're welcome to do that. I'm not comfortable with that. January 15th, 600, right?
yeah. Think it's too volatile.
No, I just don't feel like betting so close, right? So
Okay.
like, if you told me to play something neutral in Tesla, which I'm open to, I would do below this level right here, 495.
495.
Below a big open interest level, yeah.
Dinner money, huh? Steak money.
Yeah. why stay awake at 600 to make 500 if you can make 100 betting and staying about 400-ish range, right? So, and actually recently my expired ones, actually I'll tell you the one that just expired, right? Look at this one, right?
It's like 320 or something, right?
300, yeah, just 300. If it stays above 300, I will collect, how much was it? Like $200 per trade. That's a no-brainer, right? Like, right? I
Yeah,
prefer those type of no-brainer trades than taking the chances on brainer trades. So
give a new meaning to conservative.
yeah,
Yeah,
ROI is strong. It's not bad.
yeah. Um, we have 500 unit shares of UVXY assigned to us. To me,
To
you have
you,
some. You got assigned too, didn't you?
I don't think it was 500, but let's see how much it is. Let's go in and see how many. I wish it is
Yeah, I did a
500.
5 contract, but I think you did maybe. So you can
Okay.
hold those shares.
So I have 200. I'm going to hold on to those. I have several sell puts.
Yeah.
9. So, sorry, I bought a call here. 9 sell put, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 9, 9.5,
Yeah.
10, 10.5.
Yeah, I pretty much have the same thing as you do.
Yeah. So I have loaded up on UVXY like crazy, and I've done it by selling premium, and I don't mind getting assigned on it
Okay.
because even if there is a short term, a very short term, little bit of spike, not like volatility spike, means a little bit of fear comes up.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, just like it came out like 2 weeks ago, UVXY just went up to like 12, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to take in your pocket if you think about it, right? And if you go look at the 52-week chart, right, the last time it was in that range was like in December of last year when COVID had not even come out yet. So we're at all-time low on UVXY. Can you imagine, we have a new strand of COVID going on, unemployment is coming back up. It went down for a little bit, it came back up again. Economy is not doing that fair, and then folks can kind of probably argue him as like economy has nothing to do with the stock market. Okay, fine, I agree, right? uh, let's say businesses do not get what they were going to perform on because people aren't buying stuff. There's a there's a lot of stuff going on in the market that at least, okay, and I'm being very conservative, at least by March of next year, there should be a small spike of fear, which always happens every week or like maybe every other week, right? Small fear, that's it. And that's like racking in a lot of money just because of small fear.
You got me scared. So, and then there's electoral college con- contest. So, uh,
Yeah, and I
we'll
think
see.
it is what's his name, our vice president is going to just kind of call the shots, right? Who's going to be the Georgia runner,
Yeah.
right?
But you're not gonna try to do like a on those VXY that you own.
No, why? Just wait till it goes up and then just take your money and run. That's it. Because UVXYs are like spikes, right? The VIX actually kind of like bubbles up and then crashes, bubbles up, crashes.
Yeah.
That's how it operates, right? So all we need is a spike. Spike comes in, we take our money and go. And if it keeps staying at 10.65, right? If it goes below 10.5, right? Then we will collect more, right? This
Yeah.
one will collect this one. I can't wait to get more shares, right? Because if it
Yeah.
goes up, we not only collected the premium, but we're also making money on the direction of UVXY.
Yeah.
Like I think this is the safest way to trade volatility is sell premium and then get a sign and then ride it
Right.
and hope that someone spooks the market just for a day. That's it. And not by that much, just by maybe 1%, 1.5% maybe.
The premium for covered calls is pretty good too, though. If you look at like January 15th.
The challenge there, Eddie, is when you do the covered calls
Mhm.
in UVXY is you're going to lose you're going to give up on the premium. Like what's going to happen is it may touch it and cross it, but it will not settle
Uh,
at that price. It will may come back down.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I don't like to make these covered call strategies. I just like to take my money and go pretty much
Okay.
because these are not good candidates for covered calls. Because then when you don't make that money, then you're like, okay. And if it goes like to 15, 16, and you just set a covered call for 12,
Right. Right.
right? Then you'll be like, oh, I wish I just monetized all the way to 15, right? So I just keep it open ended and then decide to close it because it's a spiky trade rather than like a more growth kind of approach.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. But that's kind of what I thought about UVXY. Any other questions? We good? Hitesh?
I had not on UVXY, I had a question on Fubo.
Yes.
I noticed, Mate, you changed your mind. I think you were looking to get assigned, and and I think then you rolled over.
Correct.
Is that because you found a strike at which the premium covered your losses and the original trade price?
Correct. It gave me more than the original trade price. Yep.
Got it. And then it freed up your capital. I'm guessing that's
And it was only 13 days out.
Got it.
So I said, why not?
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, but that was my speculative play right here. I still have my original trade, which was the premium selling core trade, which is this is what I've been rated on, the 25 put. I haven't made any adjustments to that yet, and it expires in 6 days. As long as it stays above 25, it's trading at 28. So it got pretty down and dirty.
Yeah.
A lot of folks were like, oh man, it ain't going to go below 30. There you go.
Yes, there was some imaginary support at 40. I think it broke past that.
Yeah, it for a moment felt like a pump dump kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Look at that interesting chart, right? Just see that made it all the way to 62 and then oh goodbye, not worth 62 anymore. Imagine every tech company doing this next year. It'll be interesting, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only ticker I had my question on. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. No, one thing I'm finding interesting is like if you can clarify Hitesh on this one, are they also working on like a betting as well, right? If I heard right.
Yeah, I think they're coming up with a DraftKings type of a model as well.
Yeah, that's their latest addition.
Yeah, if they're going to do that, I think this thing has potential, right? I guess the Wall Street folks kind of shorted it big time and pushed it down. So I'm just curious what they're they're going to do about that.
The
Whether
market doesn't crash. Robinhooders can fill that gap up.
yeah, exactly, right. So if you wanna buy calls next week, yeah, be my guest, right?
Yeah, I think 20, anything between 20 and 30 is a good support.
Yeah, I think this one is a good one right here. Look at that. It stalled for the longest time between August and October, right? In this range, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of curious when the Fubo hit 60s, how come you didn't do a premium selling for like, let's say 45 or something like that? How come you didn't enter that trade?
I kept on our coffee breaks. I said it is overextended, overextended. I never got in, and then I got peer pressured a little bit, and then I saw prints coming at different levels, and I just said, you know what? Let me just sell a put at 25, right? That's
Yeah,
what I ended up doing. Why did I not do 40?
yeah, I
Because it
was
doesn't make sense because there are two big candles, right?
right.
It's like it can be sold off easily. So
Okay, okay,
and 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 here's my thing, right? I want to see the last known support, and my last known support was around 25 range. You see this right here?
yeah,
Like you see these are like small candles, and then here's the big extensions that happened, right? So obviously I know that if I'm betting it's going to stay above 25, it's above these stalling periods. It's below these stalling periods, right? So if it has to go below 25, it can, but it's going to struggle, right?
okay.
Because it's been sitting at that level for the longest time. But no, that's pretty much all I had. Kulvinder, you okay? He's trying to connect on the audio. But what other question does anyone have? Kulvinder, you had a question in the beginning.
Yeah, I forgot. Hold on. Let me think. I had to log out. I just logged back in.
Yeah. So one thing I'm really happy about what Leon has done in our community is pulled people into Bitcoin at the right timing,
True.
right? Think about that, right? For a split second, he brought it up at the Saturday meetups, right around when the growth spike was happening, right? Like
Actually, he was talking when it was $18,000 a few weeks back.
yeah, and what I mean by that is here BTC, right? Just use Bitcoin, Coinbase. Okay, it's loading. Full feature chart. So I think he started communicating to our community around October timeframe. But pretty much think about it for a split second that he started communicating here, right? Somewhere in this time frame, he started communicating right here. And look, it had been flat, 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 flat for the longest time.
Yeah, he was telling it's gonna go up. Yeah, it was flat for a few months, right?
Yeah, and it even took a little beating there, but this was the time when he called it out, and it took off right after that. So that's nice of him to at least give a community the green light when the green light was there. So let's put it this way: we're long-term holders, right? So we pretty much held through all this cycle right here, where it wasn't moving that much, right? And right when it was starting to make its move, which is where the huge gains started happening, is when the community got notified. So I think that's nice of him to do that. It was a
What do
perfect
you mean? 5K to 12K is huge.
well, I'm just talking about the community getting enlightened, right? Um, right around September, October timeframe. So that's nice. So
Yeah,
I
I
know
remember the
5K.
question now.
Yeah, and I know 5K to, obviously 32K is huge. But what I mean is, what I also mean is the time investment time frame, right, John? Right, like I personally put it in and forgot about it, but most folks here were not even knowledgeable about it, right? And everyone kind of jumped in at random times. But anyone that held it from 10K to 32K have the shortest time for the return.
Right, I know what you mean, but still,
Yeah, the
huge.
shortest time for the return. I think people should be happy still, but yeah.
I have a question. The question was about the currency. Are they?
Yes.
What is the threat to the currency? I mean, if the corona or something else comes to, this is also a tool to minimize those diseases because less movement of cash. I'm thinking that scenario too.
So right now, let me share a little bit of conspiracy, which it may be right, may be wrong. I don't know, right? The first digital currency, CBDCs, that's what they call it, right? Is that has kind of got popular is the Chinese yuan, right? And they've already launched it, and they're doing it in phases and increments within China itself, right? I'm gonna say that if it takes off, uh, it could be a little bit of a scare to the US dollar. Obviously, they can't surpass the US dollar, but for obvious reasons. But it can definitely come and scare the US dollars at some point in the future.
To go further into conspiracy theory, we are actually hedging that bet that China made uh, through a third party right now, Australia, and the
Yep.
struggle they're going through right now between the two countries. So there's always that constant struggle in the background
Yep.
of currency play.
So there, that's kind of a strong move. And in terms of digital currency, USD is going to be probably a late engager in terms of their currency coming out. The Libra project got re-engaged under a different name, so that's still underway. Um, I don't see this being a good play for the US. For individuals, maybe. One thing I admire, though, about the digital coins, you probably have heard of USDC. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, it's one of the another digital currencies, right?
Yeah, and it's pegged to the US dollar, right?
Yeah, you told me that it's just $1 to $1, $1 to $1
Yeah,
ratio.
$1 is one USDC. I don't know why they would have to create another digital currency if there's several out there that they can use, right? But the USD will not give a stamp of approval that that's the right digital currency for US dollar. But there's already billions in asset under that. So that being said, you want to kind of understand the logistics of it, right? Like if you moved it to that, can you move it back? And right now those coins are actually paying good ROIs, right? Like it's like they're paying you 8% return, more than
Yes.
8% return for just keeping it in those currencies, digital currencies, right? So it's a new age of currencies. The question is whether regulators will pass it, fail it. We did get one regulation update though. The FinCEN, the entity that has been doing FBAR reporting, most folks that have foreign accounts are aware of it. Anyone that has more than 10,000 US dollars in a foreign account know about this. We fill out an FBAR form, FICEN, where we disclose our assets. They updated their regulation to include crypto. So if you have crypto in an exchange that is outside of the US, you have to report that.
So even this Coinbase, is that out of state?
No, that's US.
So you should be fine if you invested in that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. In Coinbase is internal, but if you have moved your coins to a foreign like entity, like wallet or foreign entity,
BlockFi is also US based.
US. Yeah. That's
Okay.
why we have been emphasizing on Coinbase and BlockFi because those are US companies.
Really, I don't want to do FBA or firm. I mean, I
Yeah,
have
I don't
done
want
for
to
some
put.
people,
Yeah, I don't want to put money in an entity outside of the US. Yeah.
So
Well,
Mick, actually, I had a question about something related to our talk about crypto taxes a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
What happens in the event that you were spending, right? Spending crypto if you were on foreign soil?
That's still a gray area.
Yeah. Because you would be under the.
So if you had to ask me, if you
nation.
had to ask me the rules around this, okay. So the rules are the game as of today. Okay, if your money is in foreign soil, you're going to report it in a FinCEN form, right? Anyway, right? So that is going to be reported to the right authorities anyway. So they will have that. If you had an investment with Coinbase and then you're selling it and then you're buying something in a foreign country or something, you will have a transaction recorded on Coinbase, which will be reported to the IRS. So you'll be paying capital gains up to that value anyway, right?
Well, what if you're using a hard wallet?
You will have to disclose the amount on a FinCEN form. That's it.
Right. Okay.
But I think what's going to happen is those who are major Bitcoin holders or something, they may be going offshore and living there for a year and doing transactions and then coming back or something.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I've already we have one Profit Makers member that's done that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So is actually in a foreign country just because of tax savings.
Oh.
On their gains. So we've seen that already happen. Yeah.
What country is that?
They're right now in Thailand.
Oh, okay. What is their taxing law?
Capital gain, zero tax.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Wait, mate, you're saying if you're located in Thailand, there's no capital gains tax?
Yeah.
But they are a US citizen?
Yes. No, they're
Wow.
UK. Sorry, they're UK citizen.
So they're not taxed based on their citizenship, but on their residence.
Only US has decided that they will tax you on US if you have US citizenship. But they will give you an exemption. US will give you an exemption for not being domiciled in United States. But you still have to file a tax return.
But you will not be taxed on the US capital gains rate.
You are, but you get a tax income write-off.
Yeah, kind of credit.
Foreign income exclusion is what they
Right.
call it, right?
Okay.
Kulvinder is our CPA expert here. He can add to that.
No,
Okay.
I mean, I haven't done much returns to be. I have another friend. He's also do some lot of tax returns.
Yeah.
People based in the US and people based in India, they vice versa work here and they work both countries.
Yeah.
And you have to go through all the treaties which each country, what treaties they have. Based on those, you take those credits. But broad law, you either you have to report the income as it is or for tax purposes, either way, but you still have to report it, how much income. And if you pay any tax in the other country, you may or may not be able to take those credits based on what kind of income you have.
Yeah.
So that guy that's living in Thailand, is he doing that in efforts to exit out of crypto this year?
Oh no, it's not just crypto, it's all his income, trading income. Yeah. Business income. He sold a business, but he decided to sell it while he was in Thailand, so he doesn't have to pay taxes on the gains and all that. So
I mean, it's a good strategy, but is it worth it at the end of the day?
I
You just
asked him.
living.
So I had a conversation, right? And it was pretty straightforward. The conversation was very straightforward that so you must be saving approximately 2 years or 3 years worth of living expenses or living there, right? And he giggled back at me. He's like, no, it's way more than that.
Wow.
Way more than that. It's like I wouldn't just try to cover my living expenses out of it. Because obviously it's going to cost you to get a place to live there, obviously to stay there, right? And all that.
Well, cost of living there is a fraction of what it is in either England or America.
Yeah.
I mean, the person has to have a passion to go to another country. It's just starting everything from scratch. But again, if you have money, you can start from anywhere, really. So.
Yeah, like if you can live in a prison for a year, this is much better, right?
That's true.
Hey, don't knock Thailand. Thailand's a great country.
No, I'm just saying that any individual that's willing to live in a prison for not paying taxes for a year, that's a better proposition.
he's looking that.
Right.
I'm just being in general, right?
Well, I just mean in general, like Thailand, he could have chosen a worse country, Thailand's like, paradise. And he's only there for a year?
I didn't ask too much, but that's what I got. Yeah.
He was actually in Phuket, right? So that's enough incentive to stay in Thailand.
Mandar, you're in trouble.
Yeah, true.
But let's not disclose who he is, right? That's
okay. Well, you and I have to have a similar private conversation.
No, it was an open conversation. Okay, so that's why I'm sharing it with the broader team here, right? It wasn't a private conversation, so just remember, I maintain privacy for clients, but if they decide to share it in public, I don't mind sharing the story, definitely. But if it's a private conversation, I maintain the confidentiality for sure.
So Mitt is saying if it's Bitcoin goes to 100,000 or 300,000, or maybe we will. Whole profit makers will move to Thailand, right?
Well, I was headed to Thailand. The whole thing is I was headed to Thailand anyway before COVID, and I was planning on doing this, and this actually ups the ante for me to move there for a year because I have a friend who lives there right now. So it's interesting, and I have a business that I'd like to sell. So this is all very interesting to me. So
Yeah, I can take over from you, John, if you want to.
okay. Well, I could still trade from over there. I'd just be
Yeah.
trading at night, you know.
No, the business aspect of it.
Oh, the business? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure, if you want.
Yeah.
It's not too hard.
Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, no, this is exciting. Like having a bigger community, all the strategies people are embracing, right, to save taxes. And interesting enough, this year I have been fortunate. I created a log actually. Let me tell you how much in taxes I have saved. I won't give names or anything, but just with strategies, $1.4 million in taxes saved just out of a few strategies this year in 2020.
What strategies we are talking about?
I've my clients pretty much. So
Okay.
like let's say they were going to pay 40% in taxes for XYZ, right? And I told them that you're going to do this instead. You're going to form a foundation, or you're going to do XYZ to move the money to X bucket. So I have a like just a fun, Google sheet where I just put like, okay, saved X amount, Y amount, Z amount. Like I'll just say it's $1.4 million just for 2020.
That's nice.
Yeah. So just it's an exciting. It's kind of exciting to have that opportunity to do that, right? It feels good when you save people money. Yeah. And it's like just paper, like it's just like a transactional money savings. It's not like physically saving money, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's kind of it. Me stop the recording.